Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Glmr. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, we're not going to jump into all the support blocks and the resistance blocks and the fibs that we have on the chart because we covered that in the previous updates. What I want you to take a look at is the possibility of a bullish cross occurring here sometime in the next week or so, where the 20 EMA will cross above the 55. That is exactly what happened back here in January. So we might see another leg up in the crypto markets. Obviously, the FOMC meeting is coming up shortly on May 3rd. And once we get the decision from the Fed, we're going to be able to understand what we can expect in the next few months from the markets. Because, for example, if the Fed decides to stop increasing the interest rates, that means that the markets will probably fly. If the Fed decides to go for a 25 basis points hike, I think the markets will not really react at all. They will just continue consolidating. So it is a really important date, and the markets will get very volatile during that speech that Jerome Powell is going to be having. So pay attention to all the news regarding that event and make sure you know what's going on, because that will help you time your entries in a better way. Now, we also do have an ascending support trend line here that you might want to keep an eye on. We were just bouncing off of this multiple times in the past few months, so we can just add this to the charts. If we see a pullback, we might expect another bounce from the yellow trend line. But as you can see, we're getting squeezed up in between this yellow support trend line and this major blue resistance block above us that is set up from 51.5 cents down to 54 or 42.5 cents. So this blue resistance block has kept us or sent us down multiple times. So we try to hold it over here, then we failed, dropped back down in November. We tried to hold up here in 2023. We ended up dropping down once again. So we're going to have another go at this resistance block. If we manage to stay above these yellow trend lines and break above and start targeting the upper resistance block there, that is going to be very, very good. And especially, breaking this March high, that's going to be massive. Of course, ultimately, our main goal is to break above the August high, and that will solidify the fact that we have printed the bear market bottom for Glmr. As of right now, we can't really say that, because with a potential pullback on Bitcoin's side, altcoins may just drop here, and we can start retesting these bear market bottoms, at least the altcoins that haven't, gone up 20 or 30x in the last few months, because a lot of altcoins have done that. Glmr, unfortunately, is not one of those altcoins. So with a 10 to 12% pullback on Bitcoin's side, we could see Glmr retest this local low that we printed in January at around about 31.5 cents. So make sure you have this low on your chart. Make sure you have some buy limit orders set up in advance in case you're going to be pulling back down. If you want to do that, if you want to start entering right now, that's totally fine as well, in my opinion, simply for the fact that we're not really sitting that much higher if you're comparing this swing low in January and this swing low in March. So yes, we are printing a higher low. That is good, but ultimately you're just sitting, let's see, 30% more expensive. So you're up 30% from this January low. That's totally fine. You can start dollar cost averaging here. If we drop lower, you can just buy more. 39 cents is a massive support level that we want to hold. That is the 2.272 fib level. If by any chance we drop below the yellow trend line, which I don't really want to see, we could enter this purple support block once again, just like we did back in March, and we were calling for that to happen, and we did that at the end of March as well. So once we had this pump here, we were sitting at these prices. I was telling you about this purple support block and the fact that we're probably going to come back and retest that, because we just broke above it as resistance, and we need to come back down for that back test of support. So that is exactly what happened. I did dollar cost average at these. Actually, did I? I think I dollar cost average over here. Yeah, I dollar cost average over here. My apologies. And then we had the move to the upside. It gets a bit confusing sometimes when you have so many altcoins all over the place. So that's what I have here for the daily chart. Of course, long term, we are looking at higher prices, and this is simply the bottom. We're literally sitting at the bottom here. So there's really nothing that's going to stop you from buying here and making a lot of money in the next bull market. So if you still haven't bought in, there are several altcoins that are still very cheap and you can make a lot of money with them. Now, jumping into the daily RSI, one good thing or one bullish thing that we're seeing right now is the fact that we're breaking above this major resistance trend line. As you can see, we broke above it and we're back testing it as support. You broke above, back test. Now we're sort of consolidating here, but hopefully we can hold above this white trend line, hold it as support, and then have that major move to the upside into the overbought. And that is when we're going to have a swing trading opportunity, or if you're staking, you can just hold on your, hold on to your crypto and obviously wait for the next bull market. That's the safest way to do it. Of course, if you don't know how to swing trade or you tend to get very emotional with your trading, I would just suggest stay away from it because you're going to screw things up and it's going to cost you at the end of the day. So don't do that. Just hold. Buy a ledger. I'm going to be doing a video on that as well because I'm planning to buy a ledger in the next few days. So we had multiple bounces off this resistance trend line here. We had a little fake out below over here. And once again, we're breaking above. Hopefully you hold it as support. If not, if we see a pullback, a major capitulation, you can start targeting, for example, this local low here. You can start targeting these local lows here, or you can target this yellow support trend line that we bounced off back in September last year, in June last year, and in May last year. So multiple bounces off that trend line. We also saw a bounce back in March, actually, last month. A little fake out below that as well, but for the most part, we held that. And of course, in case of a capitulation, we are targeting this purple support block from 31.1 down to 23.4 on the RSI. So let's jump into the weekly chart. And before we get into the video, I quickly want to mention Apex One AI. So this is a very interesting project that is based on AI technology and allows you to farm using crypto pairs. So they already have a platform out. They have their website, which we're on right now. The team is fully transparent, and some of the features are farming using artificial intelligence, using cryptocurrency pairs. You have liquidity pools, you have DeFi involved. You can take a look at their white paper. And if you want to take a look at their team, all of that is available on the website. And they also have a native token out already called Apex. And here is how the platform looks. The website is very well designed as well as the platform. It is easy to navigate. As you can see, if you go to Apex AI, you have farming, you have yield farming, and you have some of the new features that they're developing using the AI technology. So if you go to wallets, it's very easy to deposit and exchange cryptocurrencies using their application. So feel free to take a look at the link down below in the description. You can sign up using that. And if you have any more questions regarding the project, you can refer to the video that I made earlier, which is a full review of this platform. Now let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, as you can see, we are building up this ascending triangle, which is a very, very good thing. So if we want to target to the upside, we take the top of the triangle all the way down to the bottom, and we place this trend line at the potential point of breakout. Really, it doesn't matter where you place it on this trend line because it is a horizontal trend line. The target is not going to change. So as of right now, that target is going to be sitting at around about 71 cents. That is really good. From where we are right now, that is going to be a nice 75% move to the upside. Hopefully that can play out. That does sort of align with this local high here in June last year and in August last year. Obviously, we do have a resistance level above us here sitting at 80 cents. So this was the swing high that we printed back in August, or sorry, July, I should say. Well, yeah, August/July. And then we started retracing from there. So this is a major level that we're going to be targeting here for Glmr. And hopefully we can retrace to that level by the end of the summer. Obviously, we could go even higher. We can start targeting the 55 EMA if we tend to go higher. The 20 EMA here is the blue line. Hopefully this white chart doesn't hurt your eyes that much. Let me know if you're okay with the white chart, because the other Binance chart that we're using for the weekly is very annoying because it tends to delete all the drawings, and I have to redo them quite often. And here for charts.cointrader.pro, I can just log in and save everything. So it's not that difficult to do it over here. So hopefully you enjoy the white background. If not, I can go into the settings and change it back to the black background. So I'll keep asking this in the next few videos and see what you guys think. So that's what we have for the short-term target in case we do break to the upside, which hopefully we are going to break to the upside with this ascending triangle. And we can also drop in a fib retracement just to have a long-term target to the upside. So from this bear market low, presumed bear market low in January, to the swing high in April last year, we're looking at $16.46 for the peak in the next bull market. Of course, you have the 1.618 here sitting at $29. That is quite a stretch in my opinion. Of course, projects can get, and they actually tend to get, very overextended during bull markets, but we are not there yet. We need a solid target for now. That's going to be $16. If we manage to get to $29, that's great. I'm not saying we're not going to do that. I'm just saying as a conservative person, I would like to see this met, and I'm fine taking profits over there. And you also have the minimal target here at $11. So obviously this is not a financial advice. This does not mean that we're going to get to $16 at all. This is just me taking a look at the fib here and expecting that the Polkadot ecosystem is going to be doing great, along with the Kusama ecosystem, which in fact I think they will be doing great in the next bull market. And taking a look at the weekly RSI, I think we're doing quite all right. Actually, this is the weekly. What we can do is jump into the 3-day RSI and take a look at that over here. So we're sitting in the middle right now. We started recovering from the oversold positions here from the end of 2022 into 2023 now, and this is a good area to start dollar cost averaging. Like I said, we're sitting in a good spot right now. We're still below the 20 EMA on the weekly, so that is something also to consider. If you're below the 20 EMA, that's a really good area to be buying into your project. So that pretty much concludes this video. I mentioned everything that I wanted to talk about. If I missed out anything important that you think I should have mentioned, let me know down below in the comments, and I'm gonna see you in the next update. Take care.